I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hi.
I am Cornelio! We're gonna die!
Beavis and Butt-Head Do America, the movie.
Cool.
Rated PG-13. Friday, December 20th, only in theaters.
Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another review, and this is another paid request, this time from Julie Evans. Thank you so much for that. If anyone wants to request pretty much any other type of videos or topics or reactions, reviews, re-reviews, anything random, pretty much whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. Now, this is a review of Beavis and Butt-Head Do America. Now, this came out in 1996 and did better than people thought it would. People thought, okay, Beavis and Butt is popular on MTV, maybe it'll make a little bit of money, but they didn't think it would be as big of a hit as it was. And even, because around the time there was One Fine Day with George Clooney, this up-and-coming star, and Michelle Pfeiffer, there was all these other flicks. And it got #1, and it made, you know, quite a bit of moolah for Paramount. Because I think this is around the time where the show was ending. And so I was like, okay, let's do a movie. And I'm a big fan of Beavis and Butt-Head. I did not grow up watching them because I didn't have MTV when I was a kid. But I believe I might have caught a VHS tape of them, or I might have actually seen one of the video games of Beavis and Butt-Head. Either someone was playing, or maybe rented it. Maybe like rented it at the store and played it a little bit. But finally, one did get cable, and they would have repeats of Beavis and Butt-Head on MTV or MTV2. I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty fun and pretty enjoyable, and it's simple, and yeah, it's dumb, but that's sort of the purpose of it. But sort of its simplistic stupidity made it even funnier. And then making fun of music videos. I do have a set of the Beavis and Butt-Head. I even like the newer... What year was it? It was quite a few years ago when they brought it back. I thought that was a lot of fun too. I thought Mike Judge, who created it, came back, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it's right over here, if this stuff doesn't fall. This right here. This is pretty good. This was 2011, 2012. Yeah, when they brought it back, sadly it didn't last too long because of bullshit reasons. So, 2 discs, but... And, you know, they were making fun of music videos. Well, it's more like reality TV, stuff on the internet, Snooki, things of that nature, and they still... That comedy still held up, and yet even though it was modern time, 2011 modern time, it still worked. It still fit like a comfortable glove. More comfortable than O.J. Simpson's glove. But it's weird to talk about what's the appeal of Beavis and Butt-Head because of their simplistic, their simplistic dialogue. Or fire, 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 fire. But it's that destruction that teens had at this time, still do to this day. But it does showcase you don't want to be these guys. But at the same time, I wouldn't say they have a positive outlook, but it seems as if nothing really gets them down, so to speak. And it's embracing stupidity. Does create a lot of laughs where, like, there's a scene in this where Butthead gets a cavity search, and she leaves, and Butthead's in the van, and he's like, so, did I just store? And it's like, yeah, just that, it's so stupid to think that, it's fucking hilarious. And I would say I'm more of a fan of this film than my friend Michael CP. He doesn't hate it, he liked it, but I really do enjoy this. I got quite a few laughs again. And it's well animated. It goes by a quick pace. It's an hour 21 minutes, that's with the credits. So it's like an hour and 15, hour and 12. You take away the end credits. And it goes by quick. And it still does big stuff that you would not see on the show, because most of the show is just them sort of on the couch, or they're at work, or they're just walking around, or they're at school. They're very simple, absolutely simple things. So the fact they did a road trip aspect, I thought was the right idea for it. And you're able to, with a little bit of money, create bigger scenes, like the dream scene of a giant butthead a la Godzilla and a giant Beavis. Or the intro, which is a take on Shaft. I think you even have Isaac Hayes scene in it. And you get things like the soundtrack, Red Hot Chili Peppers, White Zombie, even Ozzy Osbourne. You get sequences like when they're in Vegas. You have that song, Roller Coaster of Love. You have that pretty cool shot where they're both doing their dancing and the camera's pulling back and showing more and more of the sort of disco place they're at. When they're at the dam fucks up. You see all this water rushing around like this is a disaster movie. They're at the highway where Butthead smacks Beavis and creates this big fucking car pile up. And then Butthead's laughing, but then he goes through the same shit. The hallucination sequence when they're in the desert because Beavis ate peyote. And artwork based on Rob Zombie, to be fair. Looks pretty cool. Very visually dynamic and memorable. And Mike Judge, he voiced these characters, Beavis and Butt-Head, perfectly. Like, when other people do it, it's an imitation, but it just sounds right when he does it. I know they're attempting to do another Beavis and Butt-Head. I did like the 2011 one, so... But then when they said they're changing things or they're updating... What kind of updating are we talking about, though? Like, maybe if it's updating, like, okay, that updated because they talked about reality shows, they talked about... Maybe now would it be YouTube? I don't know what they could comment on. I do look forward to it. I, for some reason, don't think it'll be successful, because if the 2011 one wasn't successful, I don't see how this is going to be successful. But I hope I'm wrong. And I hope it's good. And then also some of the voices they got in this. I mean, they got Bruce Willis Demi Moore, Robert Stack, Greg Kinnear, Cloris Leachman. I mean, pretty decent, cast put into there. David Letterman, because he was a fan of these guys. Like, David Letterman was a big fan and thought it was one of the best shows at the time. He does the voice of David Letterman does the voice of this guy. The old... You pretty much get the idea they're the fathers of these guys, but they don't know it because they're too stupid. But yeah, that's David Letterman voices him. Again, it's sort of the simplicity of their stupidity and they can never talk down to the viewer because all viewers are going to be smarter than Beavis and Butt-Head. I think that's the thing, is that you're laughing at these two dunderheads, and I don't know if it's a sense of superiority or a sense of what the fuck is up with these guys? But that stupidity to be played off where you don't feel bad laughing at these guys because of the way they act, the way they sound, the way they look, the way they interact with people. So again, you can laugh at them and not feel bad, but at the same time, just stuff of they find their TV and Butthead, it takes forever. Like, he's looked at the TV, look out the window, TV's missing, broken glass window, TV missing, broken glass window. Whoa, I just figured something out, Beavis. This sucks. This is such more. This is such more than anything that has sucked before. And just the delivery of those lines by my Judge really fits it very well. This is such more than anything that has sucked before. You have the older man, which has to be... He sounds what Hank Hill on King of the Hill would be. King of the Hill's Hank Hill sounds just like this guy. I think he was also talking about propane and such. I mean, if that's not an inspiration, I don't know what was. But yeah. Man, those guys, those kids been whacking off my tool shed again. Now, the plot of the film is their TV is missing. They're trying to find their TV, or trying to find a place to watch TV. One thing leads to another. They get to a motel room, and there's Bruce Willis as playing this character who's hiring people to kill his wife, played by Demi Moore. But of course he says do his wife, and of course they think, do her? You want to do your wife? Okay. So they go off thinking they're gonna do her, and then showing their adventure there. Then they get to Demi Moore, and it's like, no, I want you to do him. And Bud is like, you want us to do a guy? And Beavis goes, well, I don't know, Butthead. I mean, it's a lot of money. And then Butthead smacks him. Like, stuff like that. That's what I mean. Like, that idea of stupidity. But it's clever stupidity. And, like, when they, with the nuns. And even the nuns get so fed up when Beavis and Butthead are doing stuff. One nun's like, and they both scurry and hurry out, that even they're too much for the nuns. Or before that, when they're doing this stuff in confession, and then as they walk out, it's a wide shot. They walk in, all of a sudden lightning just hits both of them. And that's like the exclamation point of the scene, where even God is like, you assholes. I mean, this has some good timing with that. And like I said, some good songs. I mentioned, Roller Coaster of Love and White Zombie and others. So you have the airplane bit where the stewardess is doing the seatbelt. And, of course, Butthead's mind goes into other things. And he's like, I love you. Beavis from time to time does the, I am Cornholio. I need TP for my bunhole. In particular in the third act. I don't know why he's talking to other delegates. They don't know who Beavis is. They think he's another ambassador or whatever. And this other guy, and just the way he's like, deep from my bunghole. The way he says it just makes me laugh every time. I don't know what it is. Just the way that the guy says it. I don't know, just their stupidity. When they find Demi Moore. So, are we gonna do it? And she's holding the gun. You got 2 seconds. Is that gonna be enough time? Yeah, Or when they enter from the airport, and someone's holding a sign, Beavis and Butt-Head. And it's like, they can't fucking read. Hey, you guys know who these guys are? Beavis? Boothead. It's Butthead. Don't you see, Beavis? These guys have the same names as us. It's one of those things that... Films like Dumb and Dumber also did that too, where you take stupidity, but there's gotta be a right way to approach that stupidity, so that they get so stupid that it just makes you laugh. You don't... You know, that reaction, we just don't... But because they're so sincere in what they're saying, even though it's so fucking stupid, it's that sincerity of them saying it that makes it even more funny. And I say the animation is well done, whether it be the desert sequence where they're going through that. I mentioned the hallucination sequence, the car power-up sequence. The dam sequence, where the tour bus is supposed to go to Washington, and then they get to the Hoover Dam, and this old sweet lady, Cloris Leachman, oh, we're at the Hoover Dams, and then they're adamant, no, we're in Washington, yeah, now we're going to store. Or he's reading Master Station Control, and he thinks it says masturbation. Or when they get on the wrong bus, they're like, huh, is this the right bus? And they see it's all nuns. Whoa, these are all chicks. Like I said, Cloris Leachman, she plays a sweet lady that they see from time to time on this tour bus. Robert Stack, yeah, he plays the FBI guy chasing them in Great Kinnear as the second in command. Yeah, Robert Stack's running joke of always wanting cavity searches, it got old quick. I mean, you only need to do it once, and then maybe later on with Butthead, because when he's like, did I just score? That was funny, but him wanting to give cavity search to everybody, it just, the joke got old. It was cool when they met what we know as their fathers, we could tell, but they couldn't. Yeah, the finale at the White House, even though there was still some fun stuff, like when they get on the PA, and the delegates are in the big room, attention, attention, we're looking for the chick with big boobs. Yeah, we are ready to do you now. And then all the politicians start laughing the same way as Beavis and Butt-Head. But yeah, the finale when they're in the White House and he's doing the cornholio, that goes on for a bit too long. He's just going around with the cornholio, going about. It's just, the joke kind of runs thin compared to the rest of the movie. But I do like the other music touch where he has the picture of Demi Moore's character and that song, Mucha Muchacha, da, 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 Mucha Muchacha, da, da, da. You know what Beavis is going to do in this camper. It's just that I don't think the finale was hilarious or exciting. It just, the finale wasn't as... memorable compared to some of the other set pieces we had seen. Ideally, you have the airports bit, you have the, I mentioned the desert bits, you have the Hoover Dam bits. It's like the finale at the White House is like, just something, I don't know if it needed to be bigger or more hilarious, more funny, more crazy, more complicated, more busy. Just something was a bit lacking. I can't quite put my finger on it. I do like the last shot. They finally find their TV and they go off into sort of the sunrise or sunset, whichever it was. Which was a sort of a nice way because, like I said, by this time the show was ending. So probably by this point they thought this would be the last time you saw Beavis and Butt-Head and walking off into the sunset, or I did sunrise, whatever. Was a nice touch, was a nice little... And of course they did come back with the 2011, and I know at one point they wanted to do a live action and either be like Chris Farley and David Spade, or maybe Adam Sandler and someone else. I just don't think this works in live action. It would not work. Because with the cartoon, you even more separate yourselves with, if you see them as actual real people, some of the dumb stuff they do, you could be like, okay, you're getting someone hurt because of that. But because they're cartoon, you're able to differentiate it even more so. Because it's, I mean, why is it that we could tolerate Homer Simpson earlier days choking Bart Simpson? But if you try that live action, it'd be horrifying. In a cartoon, you're forgiving. I think that's the same thing with this. That's why I don't think this would ever work in live action. Now, another sequel, animated, but I think at that point, Mike Judge was like, hey, I'm burned out on doing Beavis and Butt-Head. Then he did King of the Hill. And he did other movies like Office Space, which is a good one. And, you know, go off to do different things. So, which is understandable. So yeah, other than, you know, some of the jokes run on a bit too thin, the finale was not as funny as I wish it could be, or not as maybe big. I mean, technically the opening with the Godzilla wannabe dream scene is bigger than the ending. But in those few little nitpicks, disappointments, I still rather enjoyed this film. It's still fun, still entertaining, still got quite a few chuckles on me. I like and appreciate the animation. And you know, Mike Judge did a really nice job voicing these characters. The score by John Frizzell, very capable score. And like I said, I'm a big Beavis and Butt-Head fan, so I'm cautiously curious about what they will do next because of, you know, like I said, the 2011 they came back. That was pretty good. You keep that up, I'll keep coming back. So, but yeah, Beavis and Butt-Head Do America, fun film. Yeah, I do wish I would have seen a sequel, but you know, technically that was the sequel. So, still pretty cool. And Mike Judge, one thing though, released Beavis and Butt-Head, the whole fucking set, the whole fucking show. Not, I don't want to release this because I'm embarrassed by the animation. Maybe you are, but doesn't mean we are. Now, music videos, maybe they can't get the rights to all the music videos, sadly. But at the very least, all the Beavis and Butt-Head animated portions, and as many music videos as you can get, not pick and choose and edit it as well, not edited versions. That's why the best of, you know, those Mike Judge collections are horseshit. Just horseshit. But thankfully, someone had a true set, as well as also big credit to a good guy on here, Fabio, the Italian Stallion 51. He gave me DVDRs, and I still have them right over here because it was a great gift. He didn't have to do that, but it was very kind of him. DVDRs of the Beavis and Butt-Head stuff, and that was a lot of fun to watch and look back on, and a lot of them watch for the first time. So, and you probably find them online, maybe YouTube, other places, but yeah. With that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.